Hello and a very warm welcome to our Twinkle of Christmas Masterclass. I'm Claire German, Managing Director at Design Centre Chelsea Harbour. In this virtual format, we're keeping our community engaged and inspired wherever they are. We're bringing together the best in creative talent as they share insider knowledge, decorating secrets and tricks of the trade. Everything may be very different this year, but by the magic of technology, we're bringing the spirit of Christmas to your home. I'm delighted to welcome Brooke Giannetti, beaming in from the USA. She runs the architectural and interior design studio Giannetti Home with her husband Steve. You may also know her from her Instagram posts where she shares her life amid miniature pygmy goats, Highland cows and pot-bellied pigs and chickens at Patina Farm. For this session, she's going to share her holiday plans for her idyllic home in California's Ojai Valley. Over to you, Brooke, and thank you so much for tuning in.
Hi, I want to thank the Design Center for including me in this masterclass today. My name is Brooke Giannetti and I'm an interior designer. I live in Ojai, California on Patina Farm with my husband, architect Steve Giannetti. I don't really consider myself a master, but it is very nice to be asked to share the things that I've learned. Here at Patina Farm, we live a life that's centered around nature, gardens, and animals. And our life here has changed the way we celebrate the holidays. And I'm going to share with you some of the ways that we celebrate here. One of the biggest changes to our holiday is our holiday meal. Now that we have so many animal family members, we eat a plant-based diet. So I will be sharing with you a plant-based recipe today. It will be the sweet potato casserole with herbed mushroom stuffing. I think you're going to love it, and it's going to be a big part of our holiday meal. When I finish cooking, I'll start decorating my mantel and holiday table. My holiday decorations are inspired by our gardens here at Patina Farm. I'm looking forward to sharing with you how you can incorporate natural elements into your holiday decor. So let's get started in the kitchen. So today we are going to make one of my plant-based recipes from the Forks Over Knives app. It is a sweet potato casserole with an herbed mushroom stuffing. So today we're going to start with the sauce. So we have half a cup of cashews that have been soaking in warm water, about a half cup of warm water for about 10 minutes. And we're going to stick that in my Vitamix. Then we have a quarter cup of lemon juice, a quarter cup of oat flour, 1 cup nutritional yeast, and a cup and a half of almond milk. Then we have about a teaspoon of salt, and about a quarter teaspoon of pepper, freshly ground. And then we are going to whip it up until it is smooth. Perfect. And then we'll set it aside. Now we're going to go over to the stove. So now we are going to place 1 pound of diced mushrooms into the pot. Along with 1 medium diced red onion. And we are going to cook these on a medium heat for about 10 minutes. And we're going to stir it while it cooks. So we've been cooking the onions and the mushrooms for about 10 minutes, and they're getting nice and soft. So now, oh, also while these have been cooking, I preheated the oven to 400 degrees. So now we are going to add some of the herbs. So we have 1 tablespoon of fresh rosemary, and 1 tablespoon of fresh thyme. And finally, we have 2 tablespoons of red wine vinegar. And we are going to cook this for about 5 minutes while we stir. So we've now removed the mushroom and onion mixture from the stove, and we are going to add 1 cup of gluten-free breadcrumbs, or gluten-free too. But you can use regular breadcrumbs if you like. 1/2 cup of dried cranberries. And 1/8 cup chopped chives. A pinch of salt, or 2. And the same with some freshly ground pepper. And mix them all together. So now things are beautifully mixed, and we're going to set them aside and put together our casserole. So this is a 9-inch by 13-inch casserole dish that is oven safe. And these are our sweet potatoes that have been steamed. So the first layer is 1/2 cup of our sauce that we whipped together. So we're gonna put that on the bottom of our casserole dish. Then we are going to do a layer of the sweet potatoes. And you can use yams as well. I prefer regular sweet potatoes, but if you'd like more of that orange color, you can do yams. Now we're going to put a layer of our stuffing. Like so. And now we're going to repeat the process. So we're going to take another 1/2 cup of our sauce and drizzle it on. So, we'll bring back our sweet potatoes and layer them on. Squeeze that guy in there. Got a little extra half stick in there. And then we'll do another layer of our stuffing. Spread it out a bit more. And then I'm going to drizzle a little bit more of the sauce over the top. Saving some of the sauce for when it's done. And now it goes into the oven for 20 to 25 minutes. So it's been about 25 minutes and it's time to get our casserole out of the oven. Oh, it smells really good. Beautiful. So, get some of that in there. You can drizzle it with some more of the sauce. You can go around the plate. And add some chives as a garnish. Now let's try it. I think think you're going to love adding this plant-based recipe to your holiday. And now let's go decorate the table. Welcome to part 2 of our masterclass. This time I'm going to be decorating our mantel and our dining room table for the holidays. This year I have a very nature-inspired theme. I think for a lot of us, we aren't doing a lot of indoor shopping, so I actually went to a local nursery and picked up some really pretty plants that I think are going to be very festive and beautiful. So let's start with the mantel. So we have this big, oversized, antique gilt mirror that I think is always pretty as a starting point. And then I'm going to use this antique architectural element to provide some texture and some interesting color. If you don't have something like that, maybe a small painting would work as well. I picked up some of these charming little olive topiaries, and I think they're going to be great to add some height and greenery to the mantel. So I'm going to put one over here, that, and one on the other side. So that adds a little height and balance. And then I like to do things in threes as well. It kind of looks nice to do the same objects in sets of 3 too. So I have these little sedum plants in pots that I'm going to add as well. And then I'm going to add, I have some antique books that I'm going to add to the mantel to add a more green color. So we have this great set of books that I'm going to add kind of behind things. I'm very fortunate in that I have a nice wide mantel, so I can layer things front and back. So I can pull this forward and put some of the green books behind. Maybe do some stacked this way, maybe a few stacked behind this guy. Let's see, do we want some here? That. And remember, you're just playing around, so they may not stay this way, but you got to start somewhere. Okay, and then we want to add a little more sparkle. So I bought these actually at our local feed store, these charming little votives, and I thought they'd add a little bit more sparkle, and we'll light them during dinner. You can add those as well. Playing along the theme of nature, rather than using ornaments, I'm using our pomegranates from our garden. And they add a little pop of red to the mantel. There you go. Then I have some extra lights from last year that are just little battery operated lights on a copper wire. And I'm going to put these up, starting up in one of the little topiaries and then along the mantel. So you can see how we wound the lights around both of the trees and then around all of the other decorations on the mantel. And I think this is going to look really beautiful at night. So we're putting the finishing touches on our holiday table. It is nature inspired as well, so it connects visually with our mantel. First we have 3 more of the olive topiary trees that add some height to our table, but I've separated them so that people can see through them. I've kept this area low, and we've just added some moss down the center of the table to add some greenery. I also included some more of the pomegranates from our garden and some more of the votives to add a little sparkle. These lights also add a little bit of shimmer to our holiday table as well. For the place settings, I like to do a little bit of rustic and refined. So we have the cut glass crystal, but I've paired them with these beautiful hand-thrown plates from France that we carry in the store, as well as our Giannetti Home frayed linen napkins and placemats in natural linen. And you can see that I've tied on each of the napkins a combination of velvet ribbon and twine, again that kind of high-low, and then I just decorated them with some of these gold pine cones on each one. So that's our holiday table this year. We'll take some more video this evening so you can see what our table will look like at dinner time. Thank you so much for joining us here for the holidays at Patina Farm. If you want to learn more about our life, please join us on my Instagram at Velvet and Linen. You can also learn more about our life here in our books, Patina Farm and Patina Living. Happy holidays, and thank you again. Bye-bye.